ToonGrin.
Hey, puppet. You don't talk a lot, do you?
Aha! It is I, the Sparrow Guardian!
Oh, the birds. They finally come for me. Well, I know the perfect weapon for birds.
Silence!
Okay.
I, the Sparrow Guardian, am here to teach you a magical lesson
No!
about hurting sparrows with my VHS movie.
Oh. Is the lesson on how to make a stupid movie?
This is Willy the Sparrow. Coo!
Flying's lovely and beautiful too. A real adventure so that we can tell you. Way up yonder there's a lot we can do. Cha-chip, 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 chiree.
To give a little context for this Hungarian treat, Willy the Sparrow was developed in 1989 by Pannonia Film Studios. You might know them as the creators of The Seventh Brother and The Little Fox. Or if you're on Hungarian, the animated adaptation of The Princess and the Goblin, which I reviewed way back for my second review of Cartoon Corner. Which may or may not have been a dream, I don't know. I've retconned a lot since then. But looking back on Princess and the Goblin, the goofiness does have a certain charm to it, and I think more fondly of the film now. But that still doesn't make it good. Maybe, though, that'll do the trick for Willy the Sparrow.
Enough of your jibber-jabber! We must start our lesson on bird etiquette with Willy the Sparrow!
Well, if the box art is any warning, we are in for quite a treat with Willy. We got Willy Bird being harassed by the bird version of Rufio and Jontron, and the background looks like it was airbrushed in. Well, save for the old bag at the bottom, that looks like a kid quickly scribbled it in crayon at the last minute.
Don't forget the most important part, the back! Yes, for you see, this is to better help your education, because the creators realized you're kind of dumb. So what they wanted to do was they decided to leave you some discussion questions to ask once you've, of course, finished the movie.
Because that's what every kid wants with their animated movies, right? Homework! Wait a minute. Why did Willy think it was fun to shoot at sparrows? Already this kid seems like a great character, doesn't he? But let's start off Willy the Sparrow with narration from our very own Sparrow Guardian.
Boys will be boys, and in all my years I've never met anyone quite like him. He had such an active mind and such an imagination that things practically came to life.
Wait, why does the Sparrow Guardian here sound like a woman?
Yeah, well, you know, Sparrow Guardians found it benefiting to have gender equal positions. I mean, we're not a bunch of sexist pricks.
If she has something stupid to say, Vanilla, leave her for Tumblr.
Oh, fine, you white muffin. Oh.
Back on track, we meet up with Willy as he is imagining himself as a hunter of tigers, when he's really just torturing his cat, Sissy, by spraying her with water and jabbing her with a ski pole. You know, Willy would make an excellent spokesperson for PETA. He's just that likable. So Willy is homesick with a cold, and as most traditional animated kids are, he gets bored tormenting his cat, and instead gets a wild hair up his ass to scare some birds with his BB gun. Thus begins the journey of Lee Harvey Oswald. Let me just rephrase that last bit. Thus begins the stupid censorship.
What do you mean? We didn't censor anything.
Oh, really?
Okay, fine, we did. Those bang bangs were really loud, and it kind of scares the kids, and we just want to make something more friendly.
Your first discussion question is why did Willy enjoy shooting sparrows, not spooking them?
Well, I wanted to use this to round back to the first lesson of bird etiquette that I am teaching you.
That makes no sense at all.
That lesson being, if you screw up, we're gonna get you. And my human guardian affiliate, Sabrina, demonstrates this lesson by jump cutting into Willy's room, scaring the piss out of him, detailing how she knows everything about him. Then, using her righteous magical old lady mace, Sabrina turns Willy into a sparrow, which he will be completely not shocked by. Which also teaches us lesson number 2. To learn how to be kind to sparrows, you must be transformed into a sparrow.
Are you high?
It's just a puff, man. Get off my back and eat it!
So Willy is a sparrow now. Neat, but he doesn't know how to fly because Sabrina has run out of magical mace, so she ditches him to help begin his moral lessons. Like if you can't fly, you are screwed.
Sissy, go away. It's me, Willy. Can't you tell? I can tell you're much smaller now. What are you doing? Giving you a taste of your own medicine.
Oh my gosh, he got it! Oh, he got it!
Unfortunately for us, Willy's sister saves him by putting him outside, where he meets up with 2 other sparrows, Red and Jontron Bird.
What's the problem? What's wrong with you? I can't fly. Don't make me lose my balance. What do you mean you can't fly? All birds can fly. Did you break a wing or something? I guess turkeys and penguins can't fly.
Hey, do you have any actual magic that can make child actors, give a crap?
No.
Disappointed. But Willy's new feathered friends help him out by getting the secondary main character, a brainy yet reclusive sparrow named Seeper, to lend a wing. And I have to give the actor credit. At least he tries giving a decent performance despite the paper-thin writing he has to work off of.
Oh, come on, Seeper. We can't just leave him to the cats, can we?
No, I suppose not. I guess it's either the cats if he stays or the hawks if he goes.
But that's really only in comparison to the child actors. So the sparrows save Willy from Sissy and fly him away, leaving Sissy to ponder her next move, as Sabrina shows up to scold her.
I haven't time to argue, Sissy. Tell me where Willy is, please. Found him yourself. But you already know where he is, and I could really use your help. So what's it worth to you, Maybe I won't call my good friend the Queen of Cats. If she knew that you backed out on a deal, it could be trouble.
The Queen of Cats? Wait, actually, in the context of this English dub, with Willy stabbing Sissy and all, wouldn't it make more sense for the Queen of Cats to be cross with Willy and want him to learn a magical life lesson on not to treat cats like pincushions?
Now, I warn you, remember, you're just testing a little boy.
It just occurred to me, I maybe be putting too much thought into this. So after dropping Willy at Seeper's place, Seeper wants to confirm if Willy is actually human. So he pulls out a piece of paper with words on it and asks Willy to read.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it as many of your players do, I had as live the town crier spoke my lips, nor do not saw the air too much with your hand, thus but use all gently.
For those who don't know, that's actually an excerpt from Shakespeare's Hamlet, and you can tell this is one of those great readings of those timeless lines. William Shakespeare would be proud. So after some discussion, Seeper agrees to teach Willy to fly, if Willy teaches him to read, and Willy happily accepts. This leads us to the flying lessons, which I really liked. Unlike most of the movie, these scenes feel natural narratively. It's a classic pair of student and teacher, and in this case, the student also teaches the mentor something, which is a nice touch. Think of it like Mr. Miyagi and Daniel from The Karate Kid, if they were birds.
Ah, pigeon poop! How can anyone learn in these conditions? No one's even under the threat of death!
Bloodthirsty little thing, ain't ya?
Lesson number 3. Set up scenarios to put your students into Sylvester and Tweety-style mortal danger to learn moral lessons.
Damn! It may not have been their intention, but the animators made that look painful. It also helps when you add in extra sound effects. So back with our two main birds as they're continuing their lessons, to the point where Willy teaches Seeper to write his name, and Seeper teaches Willy how to fly properly.
With such a milestone, it's time for another Sparrow fun fact and lesson. Lesson number 4. Sparrows are covered in lice and other gross germs.
Wait a minute. Are there fleas here?
No, they're lice. Sparrows have lice. That's why humans shouldn't touch us.
Ew, what?
Oh, don't be a fuddy-duddy. There's still lesson number 5. If you see a sparrow, give it a big hug and a kiss. We like that. Allow me and Whyboy to demonstrate. Sparrows need loving too, you bigot. Hug me.
Okay, let's just move on, okay, to day 3 of Willy's disappearance, as Seeper goes to get some celebratory food for their lessons being a success, telling Willy to stay until he comes back. But you know Willy, our curious twat muffin, heads out anyway and begins his high-flying adventure, but soon meets the You'll Never Remember Them gang. Let's have a roll call! JonTron, Glasses, Fatso, Girl 1 and Girl 2. Oh, and of course, Red the Douche. Thanks to their collective blandness, they take Willy with them to get some food. This is accompanied by some heart-pounding music.
Flying something even beautiful too. A real adventure so that we can tell you. Way up yonder there's a lot we can do. Cha-chip, 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 cha-chip. We rest on benches and the balcony rail. The leaves
Come on! The Black Crew takes Willy to a stable where they begin to eat some seeds, but they have to be careful because an evil cat named Blackie, creative I know, is protecting the food alongside his partner, this rat wearing a skin sweater. Why is his fur drawn like that?
You know, there's a simple lesson to be learned from this, Whyboy. That's lesson number 6. Just don't think about it.
Well, Sweater Rat wakes up Blackie and he attacks the sparrows, with Willy escaping easily after saving Girl 1. Meanwhile, as Blackie mopes, Sissy comes in and proposes a partnership between the two to teach Willy a lesson. A lesson digestion, to be exact. Later, we find Willy arriving back at Seeper's, where he's tearing apart his books for some reason. But why is that?
I'll tell you what's really wrong. You never told me about the elixir of knowledge.
You know, I'm saying this a lot in this review, but I gotta say it again. What?
The elixir that makes it easy for humans to get knowledge. Oh, hell, I've met some new friends who tell me that's how humans learn.
Yes, apparently while Willy was away, Seeper was told of an elixir of knowledge that makes humans smart super quick. Willy tries to tell Seeper that's the most ridiculous thing ever, and that this is all Sparina's fault. And it is. But Seeper just tosses him out on his tail feathers. However, being the good kid deep down we all know Willy is, well, good as a kid who stabs cats can be, Willy follows Seeper to make sure he's alright, tailing him to a bar where we see the elixir of knowledge is actually just booze.
What was your name? Seeper. That's right. See, you're getting smarter already, Cooper. I said quiet in the classroom.
Now really, who would believe that booze was an elixir of knowledge? I don't know about that. I know two chumps to get real smart when drinking. Vanilla, you ever think every existing thing is born without reason, prolongs itself out of weakness, and dies by chance? Ooh?
No.
Oh,
Idiot.
borderline geniuses, those two. Maybe it doesn't help that I put Ambien in their booze.
Wait, what?
Oh well, time to place them in suggestive poses. Ooh, toodles. So Willy carries Seeper's drunk bird bud home, almost being killed in the process, and Seeper thanks him in the best way he knows how. By being a passive-aggressive drunk.
Go away. Leave me alone.
So Willy just ends up shacking with Girl 1 for the night, but the Kid Sparrow on bland Kid Sparrow mood is spoiled when Girl 1 tells Willy that Red has accused Willy of waking Blackie in the stable. So Willy just has to go and meet Red to settle things.
I didn't wake up Blackie, the mouse did. I only yelled to warn you.
TJ, carry out Willy's punishment.
So, being a sparrow is like being in the mob?
Hey, remember lesson number 1? You better bust your kneecaps.
Okay, geez, Spaz.
Sorry, Willy. I have to take 2 feathers. One for waking up the cat, and the other for keeping Red waiting. But I didn't do it. Yeah, but Red's the leader, and he determines the punishment. Now lift your wings, and I'll take one from here and one from there. It won't hurt too bad. I don't think so, TJ. Nobody's taking my feathers. Thank you. What? What did you say? What? What did you say?
Well, folks, we have arrived at what is quite honestly the most breathtaking scene in any movie. Period. Let's begin.
I didn't do it. So there. Huh?
That's... yes. Oh, beautiful. Just... that is just beauty etched into animation. The build-up, the stale line reads, Red pointlessly flapping about, Willy just standing there, and then...
Falcon Punch!
And he just flies away like a boss! He don't give a sparrow This is just a work of art. Van Gogh's Starry Night, Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, Willy the Sparrow, and what I dub the Sparrow
Punch!
Well, after that historically awesome moment, Willy is made the new leader of the Forgettables, and instead of going to Sparina to get turned back into a human, Willy is guilted into taking back the stable from Blackie instead. And I'm sure this will be a heart-racing, tense, and insultingly simple task to do. Thankfully, Sparina finally makes it onto the scene and talks with the janitor to get into the stables.
You'll have to leave.
I understand and will leave shortly, but can I please borrow your broom?
Borrow my broom? I'm working. No way am I going to give you my broom.
Okay, apart from all the other scenes you already cut out, why was this scene needed now?
Come on, she's barely been in the movie. Cut her some slack.
Same can be said about you, guy. Back with the sparrow, Sissy has untied Blackie, who begins beating the snot out of the other sparrows one by one, until Willy is the last one standing. So now, who can save Willy? A passive-aggressive drunk! So the two manage to beat the crap out of Blackie until Sparina comes in with her broom and makes that cat scat.
And there was much rejoicing.
So Sparina, after Willy went through all her BS moral lessons, and even showing he's changed by asking nicely to have Seeper turn into a human, showing his respect for sparrows by turning them human, she leaves Willy with the ultimatum that either he becomes the new Sparrow Guardian, or he gets diddly squat. Dick move. So Willy accepts the ultimatum, and he and Seeper are turned back into humans. Seeper leaving with Sparina, almost as if they're going to get into a relationship after the movie. Watch out for that sparrow lice on his tongue. And Willy lived happily ever after as the new Sparrow Guardian, with many years of therapy and sparrow life to come thereafter.
There's a lot we can do. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Ahem. Now, Whyboy, you've heard all of my ingenious lessons. Can you answer the questions on the back of the box?
I think so, Mr. Sparrow Guardian. Let me just try that out. Why did Willy think it was fun to shoot at sparrows? Because he's a dick. What did Sparina want Willy to learn by becoming a sparrow? That sparrows are dicks. Do people sometimes have fun by being unkind to other people? Yes, because they're dicks. What did Seeper mean when he said knowledge is freedom? I'm a dick. And why do you think Sparina asked Willy to be the Sparrow Guardian? 'Cause she was a big, fat, responsibility-dodging bum.
Oh, come on! I was trying to teach you a lesson to treat sparrows with respect!
Well, the movie focuses a lot of time on Willy and Seeper's teacher-student relationship, and I took this as showing the positives of learning from each other. While this didn't carry through the entire movie, it felt like the strongest theme to me. Coupled with the more rustic animation style, it makes the movie very endearing from a thematic stance. But the movie gives me zero reason to feel anything for most of these characters. Wait. These archetypes. There are only two characters that are defined personality-wise, and that's Willy and Seeper. And the movie pissed on that relationship when it forced the stupid misunderstanding in the third act. The film at best is fun to watch if you got buddies who like to riff films. Especially, just watch it by going to this timestamp on screen to witness for yourself a moment balanced with complete stupidity and coupled with just perfect comedic timing. If you're going to show anyone Willy the Sparrow, at least show them the majesty that is the Sparrow Punch. Whoa! Dodged it that time, oh no.
You dare not understand my flawless message? You shall be punished!
Maybe we could talk about it just a little bit? Dang it. Hi everybody, Whyboy the Sparrow here just to say thank you for watching, and also special thanks to TeePublic for sponsoring this episode of Cartoon Corner. If you want one of these fine shirts you see on screen, including the new Sparrow Punch shirt, then follow the link in the description below. Any purchase made through that link helps support ToonGrin continuing making top-grade content for you. Now, I'm off to get some seeds or something, so be sure to subscribe to ToonGrin if you aren't already, and check out one of our other great videos by clicking on screen or in the description below. Peace out! Cool! Magical.